Okay, so I'm going to repeat that because I think that's really important. A lot of times so welcome everyone. And this is Monday, July 18th, 8 o'clock Central for our Level Up Leader call. I'm so excited to have you. I have to control myself so my thumbnails on the YouTube video don't look totally stupid. So I will tell you that what I was saying before I hit record was that, a lot of times you look at everybody else, you look at other people. And for you guys, I think a lot of times you look at me and you go, oh, she's got all the time in the world. Oh, she's got it all together. She doesn't have chaos. She doesn't have projects and kids. And, we kind of forget what everybody else has and all of the struggles. And so I just want you to know that I'm the same as you. Okay. And I know you don't maybe put me on the same, but I am the same as you. And we've got a lot of stuff going on. This was my to-do list today, and it's all still there. There's nothing crossed off. And that's the way it happens sometimes, right? So I was saying that our life is like this big and our Color Street business is like this big, and that's okay. So tonight we are going to talk about our stories again. Here's another person coming in. Hi, Amy. So let's let Amy come in, and we're going to have this as long as it needs to be, as long as you can stick with us. If you can only stick with us for a few minutes, that's okay. But I want to make sure that we bring value to this. So we're going to talk tonight about stories again, and about our red light, green light stories, because I talked about them by myself not last week, 2 weeks ago. So if you watched my video, it was only 20 some minutes long. And what I did was I went through, here's mine printed. I went through my red light story, and I know that you guys added to the red light stories that we tell ourselves about recruiting. And then I wrote a new story for us on our call last time, and I turned that into a green light story. So hopefully you were able to listen to the recording from last time. If you weren't able to, don't worry about it. But I would say catch up with it, because it is definitely, this is definitely like, we're all in our head, right? And if we can't get control of our thoughts and our mindset and the things that we tell ourselves about who we are, what we do, how we talk to people, we tell ourselves these things, and it actually stops us from being our best self, our best, Color Street stylist, our best mom, our best wife, all of these things that we can be. And so if we can't talk about those ugly things that we go through in our brains, I'm going to tell you, you can't be successful in a business like this. You cannot go to your potential in this kind of a business if you can't get out of your own head. And whether you agree with that or not, that's your own deal, right? But that's the truth. And that's why so many people, do personal development. They read all these books, they listen to podcasts, because really our business in network marketing and relationship marketing and direct sales, however you want to put it, we're in the people business. And so if we're going to overthink and swirl and spin about what people think about us, how we talk to somebody, why they said no, and all that stuff, if we're going to do that, then we're going to get so stuck in our brain that we're not going to be able to do the activities that we need to do to be successful. So that's kind of our summary of what we're going to go through. I hope that doesn't sound scary to you, because let me tell you, if anybody has the red light stories, it's me. Okay. Like my husband will tell you, red light story queen right here. Overly sensitive, overthinker. Like I am a crazy person in my brain. Okay. But I've had a lot of practice talking down from the crazy, talking through the crazy, saying it out loud, having someone else tell me, well, you're not annoying. You're not someone that people don't want to work with. Somebody else telling me that so that I can start to tell myself that. Okay. For those of you that don't know my story, I've been in sales actually for over 20 years in some form of sales business. And I've done a lot of different things. So mostly sold a product, but have also sold services and stuff. So we're going to start by, if we could just go around and say, we're going to kind of back up a little bit, and we're going to say a win from the last couple of weeks, the last week, today, the last month, some sort of a win that you can share with us in, a couple sentences. Okay. So we are going to start. Who wants to start? Okay, Shirley, go ahead.
My win was talking about my fundraiser live in your group, which I've never gone live. So yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I have to watch those lives. I only watched Nicole's. Nicole's not on here. Hers was so good. So I will catch yours. It's on my to-do list, which is like daunting. But thank you for doing that. I would encourage you guys, there were I think there were actually 5 lives last week, maybe 6. And so if you haven't caught those, if you would go catch those and just make a comment, even if you catch a few minutes of it. I didn't catch Amy's. We had such bad service when we were gone that I actually drove off of site for a little bit and listened to Nicole's in my car when I had better service. So thank you, Shirley. All right, who wants to go next? Deanna.
Hi, guys. I was talking to Emily earlier today. We have a lot going on in our family in the next few weeks and month. And so I was feeling kind of nervous that I wouldn't have time to, give my all to this month. And so in my group, I just really pushed hard, giveaways and exciting, I said scratch off and $5 off and free nail set if you order, just things like that. And so I was able to BQ really early in the month and just kind of get it out of the way. And I haven't even had a party or anything yet. And so I feel like that was a win. I just kind of stepped out and I messaged people, and I didn't try to be annoying or anything. I just tried to be this is, I have a promo this week. I have a scratch off. You get a free prize if you order, so let me know if I can help you. And then people ordered a lot. So it was exciting, and it was also a stress relief. So
yeah,
that was a win. And I encourage you. I know sometimes it feels like people don't order and stuff. And sometimes if you just go in guns blazing, then it'll happen. So
yeah. Yeah, I will tell you guys the amount of work I get done before I have to go somewhere. If I worked like that, I would totally have a completely different business, because I'm so intentional about what I do. I don't get distracted easily, because I'm narrow in, just focus on this one thing until you get it done. Focus on this one thing. Amy, we were just sharing just a win, any sort of a win that you had in your business, in your personal life, whatever you want to share in the last week, last month, last couple of weeks since our last call. But Dana, I will tell you, you're going to find when you're busier, you have to be more intentional, because there are certain things you need. You need sales. You need parties. You need, you want recruits. What do you want from your business? And when you're super busy, if you're determined, you're going to hone in and get it done. Because this business, you guys, it takes longer because of us. The amount of time I actually need to spend on my business is different than the amount of time I spend on my business. Because a lot of stuff I do is fluff and just me thinking. Thank you. Who wants to go next? Lisa, thank you.
Okay, so a win is I got to see Top Gun today.
Yes.
I'm trying to get my husband to go for a long time, and we just got back from vacation, and I took the extra day off, and I'm like, I have tons of things to do at the house and, you know, unpacking and all that, but we went. So
Yeah.
related to Color Street, I can relate because I've been gone. So the positive thing is that I had one of my VIPs like help me out just with the interaction. I mean, she's always really good about commenting on my posts, but she also did her own post. So I thought that was great, and it kept the interaction up while I was, you know, not as available. I mean, I would go in here and there, but not as, you know, frequent as I usually do. And then for sales, my sales are not as high as they normally are, especially since we're like middle of the month. But I have BQ'd already, and I've been gone for 2 weeks. So that's great. And then a couple people asked me about recruiting, right? We talked about, or I shared about that. Not for the necessarily the right reasons, but talking about recruiting is good. So yep, that's all I can share.
Awesome. Awesome. I mean, like, you guys, so many times, like, qualifying before us, like if we think we're going to be so busy and then we qualify early on, like that feels so good, doesn't it? And just think of how a lot of our team members feel when they can't or they don't. You know, they feel that pressure. And then if it's month after month after month, and then they just feel like giving up because there's no reason to keep going, right? And so if we feel that pressure and we know we're getting there, right? Like, have you ever not qualified? Like, you know, you're getting there, right? And so we know that we're going to get there, but they don't know that they're going to get there. So it's just that different perspective. So I appreciate you guys sharing that. You know, you're qualified, you know, you feel like you've got that kind of checked off the list. And another thing I will say is that a lot of times we put our focus on sales when really that's actually what we're good at. That is actually like, we can handle the sales and the parties or however we get our sales. What are we talking about and why is that gap, right? That we're having is that we're not having people join. Okay. Wins. Who wants to go next? Andrea.
I can go. First of all, Lisa, I want to know if you're drinking wine straight out of the bottle.
I can't see. We can't see you.
Because I feel like it's a Monday. It could happen that way. Very good.
Topo Chico, so I don't know if you heard
Topo
me, sorry.
Chico, it's like sparkling water, right?
Yeah, sparkling water online.
I'm not judging. I was just like, yeehaw, good go, girl.
Whatever it takes.
Right. So I had a couple. I would say one, I went to, Amy was kind enough to invite us to her Mixed Manny group, and I went and I brought my daughter and we had a great time. Got to meet some new people, some stylists on her team. It was actually really, really fun. And I have created an event for my group for this Friday. So I'm hoping that I ordered my nail tape and my craft scissors and my craft punches, and so I'm going to have it all ready. So that to me was big. Like, I sometimes am too, like, I'm extroverted, but I'm not, like, so for me to get out and to, you know, I'm like, I said to my daughter, I'm like, you want to come with me? She's like, yeah, okay. And we had a great time. So I'm really glad we went. One, because I wanted to learn how she does it, right? Like, it works for her. Why not try to get more activity within my group, face to face, and even outside of my group? I created a public event even for my regular Facebook people. So hopefully now the other half of that is that I went out, messaged a bunch of people, and I was like, hey, did you see I'm having this mixed Manny swap night at my house on Friday? Would love to see you, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of just I either did a voice message or I did a quick like type out message. And then I reached out to a bunch of people today with the discontinued sets also through Messenger. And so for me, just trying to stay within Messenger has been a big win, because I was really bad about doing that. And it is helpful. It really does work. So
it works so well that it's an activity that really, as a group, we need to carve time out every week. And it's a 30-minute activity. I mean, if you want to go longer, great. But if you can go in and even like thank your top contributors, just chat with some people. I mean, you will end up with conversations that do just kind of continue going. So the other thing I love about Messenger is that you can use keywords because you can then search the Messenger. So if you put in like mixed Manny or you put like swap or something, then you can go back and see who you messaged and then message them again and just say, hey, just wanted to, connect with you and see if you could come or whatever. So
Yeah.
I
for
love
sure.
Messenger. And I will always say that that's where the magic happens because people love that you reached out to them. I have a girl in my group that I was messaging today, and she's having a ton of problems with the nails. But how would I know? How would I know she's having a ton of problems with the nails if I wasn't in Messenger with her? So it's probably her remover. So she bought some stuff for me and I'm like, you know what? It's so important to me that you try this remover. And she's like, yeah, I'm just so cheap and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I will give you a remover. We can meet up so I don't have to mail it or anything. And she was like, no, I don't want you to do that. No. And I'm like, no, I actually don't care if I'm giving this to you. Why? Because $16 is not going to make or break me. I do not live in that mindset. And so what's going to happen is she's going to use our remover and she's going to love our remover and it's going to last her a long time. I mean, the bottle's huge, right? And so then she's going to want it again. And she's also going to have healthier nails. So she's going to wear Color Street. And but how would I have known about these problems? I probably have lost so many customers that way because I haven't connected with them in Messenger. Now, I don't want to tell myself that red light story that says, think of how many customers you've lost because you didn't follow up. No. I am going to keep up with my customers by using Messenger as my tool. That's my green light story, right? Okay, Amy, do you want to go next?
As Andrea said, we had super fun time on Friday night. We had a couple of new people come. 2 people were brand new to Color Street, so that was really exciting. And we got them really excited and hooked on it. And they were like really excited. They each did a buy 3, get 1 free. They were like excited to like look through and explore the nails and try the sets, and they were really excited. So that in itself was a huge win. We had a little awkward moment where one of the girls brought with her other stylist friend who was on a different team. That was a little weird, but we just rolled with it.
Wow.
It was weird, but
Okay.
we just made the best. At least they like disclosed what was happening.
Yeah.
But it was awkward.
Okay.
But like stuff like that happens. So like, what do you do? Like, I mean, I'm glad that she came. She bought some stuff, but like bought it for herself and for that lady. So I don't know.
Whatever.
Did you ever address it, Amy? Did you
She
ever
was supposed
address
to
it?
come to my pound class on Sunday, and I was gonna say a little aside, like technically stylists aren't supposed to buy from other stylists. If she would have wanted to with me, that would have been cool. But like blah blah blah. But then she didn't end up coming. So like it's like, so now I have to wait until I see her. Like, because I do that in person than in a message, you know.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, that was a little awkward. So
The official rule on that in the PNP is that stylists are not supposed to be buying current sets from other stylists. It used to be that we couldn't buy any sets. Then they kind of changed
Oh.
it because we were like, what if we need a retired set and it doesn't work to swap out? What if like I need Amy to sell a set to me because my friend
she
is
took
getting
my
married?
last B
Like,
set.
what?
She took my last B set. I wasn't really
Ugh.
thrilled about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can do whatever you want. So you don't have to ever sell to a stylist.
no, I know.
Ever. You know, like
No. Well, the lady, she's like, oh, I'm getting these for us. So she was the one paying me, the one lady, and then the stylist paid her for whatever. Like it was, yeah. I didn't want to make a big scene.
yes.
It was awkward.
It's
So we're just
you
like,
know, it's so it's so important to like represent yourself well in front of your
Yeah.
customers, and your customers were probably like, well, that was awkward. Why did she
Yeah.
come? You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There are usually, if we can keep ourselves straight, the people are like gonna
Yeah.
figure it out, all that weirdness for themselves. Like we don't really
Yeah.
have to do a lot of conversing or
Yeah.
helping. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I was like, maybe, because at first, I mean, she did disclose before, like that she was bringing this person. And then it was like awkward, but like I wasn't sure like to say. And then I was like, well, maybe she just thinks it's fun. Like, hey, let's all do our nails together. Like I didn't know
Yeah.
what I know it's like, I don't think she's like coming to like infiltrate anything or like whatever. Because from what I'd heard from our mutual friend before was like that she doesn't really do a whole lot with her biz.
Mhm.
So I think she
Right.
was just more like, oh, that's fun. Let's go all do our nails, like whatever. So, but anyway, the positive thing was we had like a really fun time. And like we were so busy doing our nails, we didn't even really get to like, hey, what did you bring with? Like we didn't really get to much of the swappy swap part, which is the fun part, like digging through each other's stuff. But it was really fun to do our nails. And Andrew, you have to come back over because I forgot to take you down to the basement to show you all our stuff.
And
So-
their basement's really cool.
But that's
Yeah,
it.
but that was really fun. I'm really sad that I missed that. I should come to one of those.
Yeah. So I'll do another. Actually, I'm doing one in September. I had done this back when I was trying to sell Plexus before I gave up on that. And I have a friend that's coming to do henna. So we're doing a henna
okay.
and nails.
Like
party.
the henna tattoos. That's cool.
Yeah. And she's
fun
really
combo.
amazing. So we're gonna have hours of free henna when we're gonna do our nails, and it's gonna be super fun. So
Cool. I think Jessica's on, but I don't know that she can unmute. I think she's just kind of got us in her ear, and I don't know that she's.
I'm here.
Oh, you are. Okay, hi. You want to
I
give us
closed
a win?
myself in my room. Yes. So a win for me this week is we're getting ready to move. So everything's kind of busy and crazy. And we actually were gone for a week last week, but I decided I've been wanting to do some kind of moving sale, and I wanted to do it in person, but it just wasn't going to work. So I did like a spin to win, and I think Barb did a video on that.
Mhm.
Maybe in your group, Emily.
Yeah, in Glitter Girls, she did. Yep, she popped in there.
Yeah. So I think it was kind of like based on that, and I've done it a couple of times before, but this was definitely my most successful one. And I don't know if people are kind of scared, like, oh no, she's moving, I need to get a whole bunch of sets right now, which is fine.
Whatever.
but yeah, but I'm like, you don't have to, don't worry, I'm still going to be available. But so I did it where they can say how many sets they want to buy out of my inventory, and then I started it. I kind of started advertising it on Friday, and then we did it last night at 8 o'clock, and I sold like 59. I think 59 sets and made like $560. So
Nice.
I just paid for my ticket for for our incentive trip in September. So that was just like such a relief to do that, because I feel like, I know kind of other people have said like my PV is kind of low this month too. So it was nice that I could sell those sets that I have in my inventory right now.
Good. And we're all rooting for you. See, like Dana's got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of stuff. Jessica's got a bunch of stuff. Like everyone's got a bunch of stuff. And I think that more than us, like in our level up group, like more than us, like honing in on the skills and stuff that we need, the idea is the camaraderie. Because if you can get into your head and change the way you talk to yourself and the way you think, and then you can understand that other people have the same thoughts, processing, spinning, things like you do, and failure, fear of failure, fear of all these things. And as a group that we can build each other up in that, like that is a huge win of the group. And if you don't level up by the time that you want to, and you don't recruit 1 million people like you want to, and you don't have all these sales like you want to, if you can understand that other people are like you, other people think the same way that you do, like you're not in this alone, that is such a huge win for this group. So that there's a lot of purposes to this, and you guys are already doing that where you're having camaraderie. And I know that the messages probably get like, there's too many to catch up on, right? And it's okay. Like if you have to mute the group and check in every once in a while, if you have to just scroll through all the messages, like whatever you have to do to make it work for you, that's how we can cater it. Okay. It can be catered that way. So if you listened to Amanda, do you want to share a win? A win for the week, a win for the month? I don't know if you're available to talk or not. If you can't, it's okay too. Just, you don't have to.
I didn't realize I wasn't muted.
I know, I just realized that, and you're very quiet. So if you can't, that's okay. We're going to move on. But if you want to share a win for the week or the month or the last 2 weeks or something, that would be great.
It's not a huge win per se, but I went live today, which it was a super quick live, but it's something I have just been saying I've been too busy for. And I just said, nope, that's it. I'm just doing it. And like, no makeup, no nothing. And so I know it's small, but in a way it was huge. It was like, I just need to get on it.
Yeah. You get in your head and you think, well, the kids are going to be noisy. I don't look perfect. I don't know, all these different things that you do to stop yourself from doing the activity, right? It's a red light story. Things aren't perfect. And so if we can change that into a green light story that says, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care. So if that means I'm going to pick up a package of something that I got and I'm going to show them really, really quick and go, look what I got. I can't believe this. It's so fun. And I don't have any makeup on because I'm a hot mess. And my hair looks like I stuck my finger in a light socket. And I just want to show you guys this really, really quick. People appreciate that and love that more than anything, because they go, oh my gosh, Emily's really successful at this. I know she has a big team. I know she sells a lot of nails, blah, blah, blah. And she can come on live and be a freaking hot mess. Great. Because if she can do it, I can do it. Like, we're actually making it harder to duplicate ourselves than we need to. We need to go on that way. Go ahead, Amy.
I know my husband's always like, shouldn't you put on makeup or maybe brush your hair? I'm like, I ain't got time for that. Like, I come home from my workouts and I'm constantly a hot mess express on my lives. And I don't care, because that's just who I am. I don't care. But he's always like, like, that like if I was like putting on makeup, people would be like, who died? What happened?
Yeah,
Are you
right.
okay?
Right.
Blink twice if you need help. Like, so like, so you just got to be yourself and roll with it,
And if you have done where you've been like makeup, earrings, all that stuff, you will be surprised at when you go on and you look like garbage, what people that really, they're like, oh, you're so cute when you're ugly. Like they're just so nice, it's almost like a big breath of fresh air for them, because what are the obstacles that people have for joining us? People, time, and money. And they don't think that they have the people that will support them. So when they watch you in your Hot Mess Express and people are supporting you, they're like, now I have some people in my corner like that. Or like, oh, well, I'd be a hot mess. So if these people come on and interact with her and love her, then maybe they would do that for me. So those are 3 things. If you're not addressing people, time, and money in your group, and why those things are problems and how we can help with that, and how you don't need a lot of time. Awesome. Because if you have a 30-minute live for people to watch, every time they watch you live, they go, I could never go live for 30 minutes a week. That's just not something I could ever do. So I'm not going to be good at this, because guess what? All of your people are also telling themselves red light stories on why they can't do this business. So then here you are telling yourself a red light story. All your potentials are telling themselves red light stories. And we just are getting in our own way, right? So let's talk about some things, because we know that we're in our own heads, right? We know that.
Andrea wanted to say something.
Oh, go ahead, Andrea.
Thank you, Amanda. Plus, I think too that if you go on and you're all natural and this is real life, this is who I am, sometimes you get different people to watch, right? Because they want to be like, oh, something's up. That does not look like her. Like, I want to hear what she's saying right now because this is not right, And so a lot of times I get different viewers when I look like total crap when I go live.
Because they're there for the train wreck, right, Amy?
I guess.
They're there for the train wreck. Like, I'm just gonna pop some popcorn and see what the heck Andrea's up to.
Right.
Yeah, right. Lisa, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I don't know if I shared, but I did a cupcake smash for my 1-year anniversary in June. So my kids and my husband smashed, like I had no makeup on. I was a total hot mess and
Oh my gosh.
smashed cupcakes in my face for like every buy 3 get 1 order. And I got tons of sales, and like my best friend, who's a guy, joined my Facebook group just to watch.
Oh
And then
my
his wife
gosh.
bought from me and just to get cupcakes in my face. Like I was completely vulnerable. And my
Wow.
husband's like, I can't believe you let me do that. I'm like, I know, I can't believe I let you do that either, but I got sales.
Sweet. So hopefully this is giving you guys some ideas. And it's changing your perspective a little bit, because that's what we want to do, right? Change the perspective. So let's talk a little bit. There's a couple things I want to hit on right now. And let's talk about why someone would want to join this month, because I don't know about you, but I did not join when there was a deal. And when I joined, it was $129 plus shipping and tax, and you only got 10 sets in the kit. Okay. So 13 sets for $79. I want to, you probably know where I'm going with this. It's like, why are we not recruiting with a kit sale? Because our company's actually never had $50 off. They've never had any money off. So why would someone, let's just start brainstorming. Why would someone want to join this month? So let's just do popcorn, just start throwing things out. You can unmute, do whatever you need to do. Why would we want to join?
Special.
Okay. Because of the special.
The
'cause of the
special.
deal.
Yep.
Okay. So it's a good deal. So what you're saying is it's a good deal that the kit is only $79 plus shipping and tax, and you get all that stuff. Okay. So it's a
Right.
good deal. Yeah, go ahead. Just throw them out here. You don't have to raise your hand. Just go ahead.
It's the best time to join because we're going to find out all the stuff at conference. We're going to find out the incentive trip. We're going to find out what's coming with the cosmetics, the colors, and all of the fun new things. Did you get a lip color?
I
Did you
saved
get a lip
this.
color?
Yes. I haven't opened it yet. I saved it to show you guys. This gold envelope and a
Oh,
handwritten note that says, Mr. Park wanted you to be one of the first stylists to try the new lipstick. Looking forward
So
to a
lucky.
colorful future. Handwritten note.
put it on. Is it the
Put
same
it
color
on for you.
Kara got?
So this is, I don't know what Kara got, actually. This doesn't have like a name on it or anything. So this is what it looks like. And so you can see, this is the cover.
Is the magnetic on? Does it like pop on magnetically?
Yeah, it's a magnet. So,
Nice.
yeah. That's cool.
That's
That's actually
fancy.
really fun that it makes.
That is fancy and nice. And it won't come off in your purse, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Mhm.
I love that when it's magnetic.
So there's the
Ooh.
difference. Oh my gosh. I see. I'm a
really
person
like
that
that
actually
color.
needs lipstick. What?
I love
I
lipstick.
really like that color.
It
so
looks
pretty.
really good.
It's
Mm.
really pretty.
So it's
How's
kind
it
of
feel?
like a matte finish.
Is it creamy?
It's creamy.
Is it comfy?
It's like the best lipstick I've ever tried.
It looks fantastic.
So one thing I'm noticing, you know how lipstick has like a smell to it? Like then you smell it and it's like kind of gross almost,
Yeah.
you know? It
Like
doesn't
grandma
have
lipstick.
it doesn't have a smell at all.
Does it have a taste?
Doesn't have a taste. I mean, it comes off like regular lipstick.
So pretty.
Okay. Notice it isn't on my teeth. Just kidding. Okay.
That actually changed your whole look. Like I've never seen you with lipstick on. It's
I don't wear lipstick.
not
very
that you're
often,
not
but I
beautiful
should.
anyway, but that like just totally
I
upped your
should.
game.
My lips are like, my lip color is actually non-existent. And I have one of my sisters will say to me, put some lipstick on, you look terrible. So my problem is my sister used to sell Lip Sense, and Lip Sense doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. I love it. I love the idea of it. I love the gloss. I love that it doesn't come off. I actually put lipstick on and it's Lip Sense on and it's gone within like an hour. Like I chew this stuff off or something. So yeah.
I just got a sale and I just went $1 over 1,000. So I'm getting all 10 lip colors.
All right. Crowd went wild. Very good. I'm at like 640.
I don't wear a lot of mixed lipstick, but I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I love lipstick because that's one of the only things I have is like lips.
You do have nice lips.
So
I was gonna say I just saw you in hot pink on Facebook today. And it was gorgeous.
yep. I don't do it very often, but I'll tell you a funny story. So like I have these group of friends that are lesbians, and whenever I go to their house, they'll just go, "Can you put on the red lipstick? Can you just put it on and just sit on the couch?" I'm like, "Sure." So I just,
Whatever it takes.
they're like, "It's so pretty." I'm like, "Thanks."
So
I
the
think
trip, the lipstick and the makeup is coming. So one of the things I've realized is, you know, why are we doing a kit sale? Is it because the kit's going to change? Because the kit could change, right?
Maybe they're gonna put lipstick in the kit.
I know. And we have nail care now. So is the nail care going to go in the kit? Are they going to put our strengthener in the
Cuticle
kit?
oil.
Cuticle oil, or what are they going to do? They've got to do something a little bit different because our company's going to kind of change a little, you know? Or will they have two options? Will there be an option to get the nail stuff? And I'm speculating, I don't know anything, but or like the makeup stuff, you know, what will be the next deal, right? So it's a good deal. It's the best time to join. They can still do virtual if they want to attend conference, so they can still do virtual. What else?
We're launching
I-
fall next month.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's a good time to like get your feet wet before the fall catalog comes out. So then you're kind of in the groove of your business, sort
Yeah.
of, by the time
they
that
could-
launches. I think
We
that's a
could
great
get some
idea.
of the disappearing sets.
Yeah, you
Okay.
might get some retiring sets. Or if you're gonna get the retiring sets, you could just buy them, earn host rewards, and earn commission right away, right? Anything else that you can think of? It's like crickets. Okay, so let's go to why did you join? Someone asked you, why'd you do it? What made you click join? Go ahead.
So I was already buying so much. I mean, I had so much in my inventory and I'm like, okay, I might as well just sign up at least to get the discounts for myself. So
It's the default, right? That's the default answer. And so if you have someone that has bought a bunch, now you can say, hey, it's time for you to upgrade to being a stylist. You already got a bunch of sets. What are you gonna do? Buy more? Like, you might as well just now, please try it. You're now moving to the next level. Okay, what else? Why did you join?
For me, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you can go. You can go.
Well, for me, it was, I wanted something for myself. Like, my kids bowl, my husband plays guitar, has a fun little car, and I just didn't really have anything. I bowl, but that's really my kids' things. And
Yeah.
so this was something that I could do for myself. And it really did come down to, I'm buying it anyway. Why not do this for
Yeah.
me? And I love it. It's so fun. I've met people. I went to Amy's house the other night. Like, it just, you meet so many people and you make so many great connections. And I've been in customer service my entire life. So why is this any different? It's not.
Yep. So who do you know that needs something for them, right? I mean, we all do, actually. Even like my husband and I have talked over the years where I'm like discouraged or frustrated. And I'm like, do I even need to do this anymore? And he's like, yes. Because if it's not this, it's something else. So it's a hobby that costs you money, or it's, whatever hair you get up your butt. And that's, he's like, do this. It makes you money. So saves us money because it makes you money. Okay, Dana, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I lived in Japan with Lindsay. I don't know if you guys know Lindsay Parrish, but I think I met her the night she was like gonna move. Like the next day, her stuff was already packed, and I went to someone's house and they were doing Color Street. And so I was like, well, I love this. And I like got a bunch of sets, and then she left, and I was like, well, who else sells it? And they were like, no one. It's like new. And I'm like, what?
No
Like,
one.
I can never get these. And they were like, no. And so I messaged her. I'm like, can you like mail them to me? And she's like, honestly, I think it'd be better if you just like signed up, like you can just get the discount, get the nails shipped straight to you. I was like, oh, okay. And then same thing, like I made friends and I had people like knocking on my door in the middle of the night, like, can I have some nails like before my husband comes home? And so it became so much fun. And I got to like meet this whole community of people. And I always tell part of my story was I got my nails done. I loved getting my nails done. But by the time I had my second child, to pay for a babysitter and then to go get my nails done, because my husband was always away, it literally cost me $100, over $100 by the time I paid to get my manicure, pedicure, and a babysitter. And I'm like, this is not like realistic for me. And so to be able to do it at home, on my time, like whenever I had the ability, was such an important part for me. And so I feel like that's what I always share too, like the cost, the efficiency of just being able to do it on your own time. And it's so much fun. And then I always love this, that, your business is on your hands, right? Like I think we sell, like people sell hair care and and it's the first thing people see, right? Like you're like doing something for like, oh my goodness, I love your nails. And I'm like, thank you, I did them myself. And they're like, what? So I think that's always a good thing. I like to tell people as they're thinking of signing up. I'm like, you don't even, and they say, I'm not salesy. You say, just wear the nails. People are going to say, oh, well, like, do you have any? You just hand them over and that's it.
You have
then
on
they're
you.
done. So anyways.
Yes, that's so good. I love how Lindsay was like, I guess I'll just have to sell.
Just like, I'm literally moving, so bye.
Bye. I don't even know you. So sign up yourself and deal with yourself. Oh, does anyone else want to share? Go ahead, Shirley.
For me, it was the only polish that actually stayed on my nails. So I have greasy nail beds and oily nail beds, I guess. So even when I went and got them done, unless they were putting like acrylics on, nothing, like not even gel stayed on I'd go pay for the money, and then the next day they would just literally peel off in whole. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, you know, now that I'm retired and I can have polish on my fingers all the time, it was kind of nice, and it, you know, made me feel girly because I don't really wear makeup. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, oh my gosh. So when I tried it and I tried the sample, I was like, everyone's going to want this stuff, because who likes polish? Polish is so dumb. It takes forever. Like, what, it never failed that when I would polish my nails, I would touch my hair, because I always touch my hair, and it's like, oh shoot, now I have polish in my hair, or I have, like, you know, the hair pieces, like, you know, cut into my nails, and just who's got time for it? I don't know. So when I tried it, I was like, oh, you can get a kit and try to sell it. I might as well. It sounds kind of fun. And if I don't do it, I'll just have the nails. No big deal. And the rest is history, right? Because as I sold and bonus qualified before my kit came, like within 2 days of signing up. I think even that same day I was bonus qualified, because people were like, they watched me live do it and they're like, oh, that's awesome. I'm just going to go order some. Great. Thanks. So yeah, super fun. Okay. Who else? Anybody else want to share why they joined?
Oh, so another thing is my nails, I just took my polish off yesterday, but they're so much healthier now with Color Street, and then now the nail care line, because I still meet a lot of people that still go to the salon, still do gel and acrylic and all of that. And, you know, they like to pamper themselves, which is fine. But I also say, hey, like, I used to be that person. I would go like every 2 to 3 weeks, like spend tons of money. And my nails were so fragile and thin, but like now, like they're just so strong. They're like, oh, those are your real nails? I'm like, yeah, these are my real nails. Like, and you can have the same thing too.
Yes. Right. Right. Anyone else?
I have a question, actually. So about the nail strengthener, I brought it up with Amy on Friday. Like, it's causing my polish to peel off my nails. Like, I put on a coat first, and the next day I do my nails, and I had 3 nails peel completely off, like the corner lifts. So then I'm like, and the whole thing comes off, like everything. And so I just did them on Friday, and I have one missing already.
So
Like,
why?
so I don't
You're
know. I did
wondering
add
why.
spot on, Amy. What what was that?
I said, so you're wondering, like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I used to use just the OPI Nail Envy for a strengthener
Mhm.
and never had the problem before. And now, like, what was the set that I had on? It was another new one. I don't remember what it was, but oh, it was Raspberry Remix. That thing peeled off of me. I did them 3 times. Like, I fixed the nails that peeled 3 different times. And finally on, I think Friday, before I went over to Amy's, I took them all off so I could redo them. And now this is into the sunset and it's doing the same thing. And I use that, and I used our strengthener again. So I don't know if it's just my nails aren't agreeing with it, or like, I don't want to not sell it because it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Right. I mean, think about Color Street. Think about all the different products that there are out there, and how you just said, like, OPI works for you, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
For sure.
We are not the end all be all on everything.
No, right.
It's okay. Like, we're so used to, you guys, we're so used to having this remarkable product that there is nothing else that compares. Nothing else that compares to it. There is nothing like Color Street. Nothing. Jamberry is not like it. You can't get anything at the store like it. There's just really nothing like it. And so we're super used to that being our deal, right? There are lots of lotions. There are lots of cuticle oils. There's lots of nail strengtheners and top coats and base coats, and, you know, the Orly base coat and the OPI and all that stuff. I mean, for goodness sakes, we're going into the makeup world, and there's a gazillion different kinds of makeup. And unfortunately, we're not going to be the end all be all. You're going to have, you maybe won't wear lipstick every day or makeup every day. Like, I might not wear the eyeshadow. I never wear eyeshadow. I don't wear it. It doesn't work. So like, just remember that we're going into a different era of where we aren't the end all be all only thing. And it's okay. It's okay. So Andrea, what I would say to you is try it as a top coat. See if it works as a top coat instead of as a nail strengthener underneath. It's supposed to go over the top, but I wouldn't put it underneath. I don't want my nails popping off. I want my nails to last for at least a week. Like I joined because it was a 10-minute manicure and because I could do it at home and it was cheap. So once it stops being a 10-minute manicure for me and it's not cheap and I can't do it at home, I don't want to do it anymore. Right? So I need to stick with, for me, I need to stick. Now, of course, some things have changed, right? But for me, I have to stick to that, something that I can continue to do. I want it to be 10 minutes. So I'm not going to cut all the little tiny pieces and make all the little things, right? Because that's not what I joined for. And that probably isn't the best fit for me, but that wasn't the best fit for April. April had little tiny little stubs on her as nails, and she bit her nails to where they bled. And then she tried Color Street, and then she figured out that she was really good at making different designs. That's her thing, right? So just have to be yourself, and then also figuring out what things work for you and what don't. And honestly, so my sister is a hairstylist, and she can wear the nails for 3 days. She can wear Color Street for 3 days. She's actually lost nails in people's hair. She's for sure has lost nails in people's hair. And so and she wears them and loves them. She's happy that they last 3 days and then they pop off. And so I sent her the nail strengthener. I gave it to her when she was here last time. She lives in Iowa. And she's like, well, I can pay you for this. And I'm like, actually, I just want you to be like my experiment on this because I want to see how it works for you. And she messaged me and was like, seriously, like I'm at day 6. I can't even believe how good this is. So it's going to be really good for some. It's not going to be good for others. And it's just, it just is what it is. You know? So I guess my would be try it as a top coat and see how that works for you. And don't put it underneath because you don't want your nails popping off. So.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Yeah.
Has anyone announced the cosmetics in their groups yet? Or are you waiting until conference? Because I haven't said anything. No? Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't like behind. Like, okay. I was gonna say, okay.
I think it depends on the person. Like, I think I've said a few things like dropping hints and stuff.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that I'm not going to prejudge my group because I never polished my nails before I wore Color Street. I never would have stepped into a salon. Barb actually didn't share Color Street with me because she knew I never did my nails. So when she shared it with me, she actually said, can I send you a sample for Tatum to try? Tatum was 13. And I was like, oh, sure. Because I don't do my nails. So I wish I could support you, but I can't. She's like, that's okay. I'm going to send it for Tatum. Maybe she'll like it. So she knew that I didn't do my nails and she still got it to me. Right. So I don't want this to be like, again, we're talking about red light stories about recruiting, but we really need to just focus on the red light stories, because if we say, well, I never wear makeup. I actually never put lipstick on. Or my group doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Because that is that's prejudging and that's selling ourselves short. Let's not do that. Because you never know when someone's like, I'll try the lipstick. I'll try the eyeshadow. You know, like, what if it's the best mascara we've ever tried? You know?
Well, I think even just you opening that in front of us and putting it on, and we were all like, oh, wow. Like, so yeah, just doing that in your group, I think people would be like, wow, oh, wow, you know?
Yeah, agreed. And I do absolutely love lipstick. I love lipstick, but it's like the lip stain stuff is just not convenient because you got to put like 2 or 3 coats on and you got to make sure you always have your gloss with you. And it's a lot of work for me. So, I mean, and this is cute. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to just share it. I don't care. And we don't know anything about it either, right? We don't know if it has SPF in it. We don't know if it what it has in it. We don't know what's going on in this little tube. So it's all good. I think what I'd really like to do, I personally want something for I want some like homework for myself to do. And I know that I really need to work on how I talk to myself about recruiting again, because I'm out of practice in recruiting, right? Like I think we all are. And I would like to kind of practice on some people and just do some connecting and saying, hey, Amy, have you ever thought about joining? Or, hey, Amy, have I told you about the kit sale we have yet? Or, hey, Amy, I know you buy a lot and I bet you have a big stash. Have you ever thought about doing this? And then the practice, you guys, is in the conversation. It's pausing, it's stopping, it's letting there be like a ghost, right? That is the skill. Elaine Zelker, I don't know if you guys remember her, but she said it's the recruiting dance. You move a little, they move a little, and you go back and forth. If I wanted to dance with one of you and I just picked you up and carried you around, I'm no longer dancing. I never danced. I'm carrying you. It's totally different. And a lot of times what we do is we just like say all the things. The kit's $79 and I thought of you because you just love color sheets so much. I know you have lots of sets and this says 13 sets in it, but you sell them right away and blah, blah. And you just keep going and you're like, you're consuming the conversation. No one wants to talk to someone that just talks. So I want to practice that. So can you think of some people that you can practice on? So I want you to think of a number in your head of how many people you can connect with and just start. It doesn't have to be the whole, this is not a 10-minute conversation from the beginning. This is just a start. I have one girl who I've been kind of talking to. I have like 3 or 4 leads right now, and I'm just kind of dancing around the subject because I don't want to push them away. So now I'll go back to her and I'll be like, okay, you said you're thinking about it. What's holding you back? Go ahead, Amy.
So I've had a couple of people come to me because they're like, oh, this kit thing. Oh. And then one of them is, so I have Stephanie underneath me, right? And then this girl is a mutual friend of ours because all 3 of us are Pound Pros. So she buys from both of us, right? And she's like, I'm just thinking this is such a great deal. I should just buy the kit to buy the kit. I'm like, yeah, do it. Go ahead. See what happens, whatever. And I said, but if you buy it, I said, just buy it under Stephanie, because, and then Stephanie was super insecure, she's like, oh, no. She said, I don't want a team. I'm like, Stephanie, like, come on.
Work with me here, woman.
Yeah. But I've talked to Krista separately, and she's like, oh, I still want to for sure buy it from Stephanie. She's so sweet. I want to help her. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, good. Like, we'll do that. But like,
So Stephanie's got her own red light stories, right? Because she's like, I'm not good enough to have a team. I'm not good enough to lead people.
Yeah.
So then we say to them, Stephanie, I am going to be right there alongside you.
Yeah.
I'm going to help her. And we will do it together so that you learn and feel confident, because building a team is not what you think it is.
Yeah.
Not becoming a supervisor at Target, your first day on the job.
Yeah. So I've had like 2 or 3 people, and I have one person who she bought nails from me like 2.5 years ago when I first started, and I don't think she put them on. And she actually like approached me and said, I think this might be a good retirement gig for me, because she's retired now.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? She's like, but I need you to help me with these. And like, and I was like, okay. So like, I need to follow up with her. So like, that's where I like having a gap where like I have to like step in, follow up with these people. And then I also have like my friend that signed up at the end of February and hasn't done anything yet. And I'm worried like next month she's going to deactivate, hasn't done one thing yet. And I don't know how to like restart the conversation with her to be like, hey, how are things going? Like, cause she's like an acquaintance friend. So it's not like it's someone I talk to with regular conversations, you know? So it's like this, I feel it's almost feels like cold calling her all over, like to start the conversation. So I might have to like chat with you like this week about how to like rekindle that stuff.
So what I would say in regards to the lady who's never tried it, I would say, absolutely. This is a super good retirement gig. Would you like me to help you feel confident in doing the nails? I can absolutely do that with you. You can do it over Zoom and then just find 30 minutes in your schedule.
Well, she lives in Egan, so I can do that with her.
Then you can do it in person.
Yeah.
Yep. That's even better.
Yeah.
Million times better.
Yeah.
I would also say about the girl who signed up in February, I would say, what kind of story are you telling yourself about her?
I don't know.
Well, think about it. Do you
It's just awkward because it's like,
why?
I want to help her.
Why
but
is it
then
awkward?
I don't know.
She's had all the tools that you've had. She got the welcome email. She got all the things. You
I sent
did.
her like the Emily's checklist, you know.
She got all that stuff. And you know what? When I joined, I didn't need somebody to help me. And a lot of you didn't either. Sure, it was good to have somebody help you, right? That I'm not saying that you're less of a person if you needed somebody to help you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I think my recruiter didn't help me with anything. It
so
wasn't
then
Emily.
maybe
It wasn't
so then
Emily.
maybe that's the story you're telling yourself. Is am I going to become like that because my recruiter didn't help me? Have I not helped her? You have.
Yeah, like I just don't know how to restart the conversation. Like, I don't know. It just seems so like
What's her name again?
We'll
make one up.
Paige.
Paige. Hey Paige, I just wanted to connect with you because you haven't done anything. You haven't sold anything yet with Color Street. And I want to help you do that. Would you like my help?
Mm-hmm. Well, I sent her a message. I sent her a voice note prior when conference stuff was starting up, you know, like registration. I was like, because she was an esthetician, and I was like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is coming. Like, it'd be super fun because she's in. So like, it'd be super fun to meet up in Phoenix for conference, and you could learn all this stuff firsthand. And we've got these cosmetics coming, and blah blah blah. And this just crickets.
But she hasn't even sold anything.
No.
So call the carpet. What it is. What is it? Hey Paige, I just wanted to connect with you because you haven't sold anything yet. There it is. It's on the table. She knows it. You know it. It's the awkward part. Just say it. You haven't sold anything yet. I want to help you do that if you want help. Would you like me to help you? And if she doesn't message you back, guess what that said to you? She probably don't want your help.
Okay.
And that's okay. It's okay. It's actually statistically proven. It is. There are people that buy the kit thinking they're going to do stuff and they never do. And it actually says nothing about you. It says nothing about you. They got the new stylist booklet.
Yeah.
They can get the app. They got the welcome letter. And that's all they needed. You didn't have to do any training. They're this big. Like if you have a catalog or if you don't even know how much they cost, you can sell these.
Yeah.
You don't have to figure out tax. You don't have to have a license. You don't have to do anything. You can just sell them. So I think the story is on you. I think that's what you just say. Hey, Paige, I wanted to connect with you because you haven't sold anything yet with Color Street. If you'd like help, I'd love to help you. And that's it.
Okay.
And I want you to message me after you've done that because I think that's what you need.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Amy, I can be alongside with you because I have to have the same conversation with somebody else too. That's gonna get deactivated next month. So
next
I will,
month
we
gonna
can hold
be
each other
like-
accountable and do that.
Yeah, because when that 6-month drop-off thing started is
Yep.
August, is that gonna be the, like, if they don't say anything in August, is
Yep.
everybody's gonna start falling off?
March, April, May, June, July, August. And I'm so excited for it because guess
Yeah, me
what?
too.
All of these
The
people
dead weight.
that you have on your teams that aren't doing anything, guess what they're writing for you? A whole bunch of freaking red light stories that you don't need. Because what does it say about you? You've said all the things it says about you, and it actually says nothing. It
Yeah,
says nothing about you.
yeah.
It's nothing about me. If they wanted help, they can reach out. All they have to do is say, hey, I need some help. Dana, I need help. Lisa, I need help. And guess what you would do? You would help them. You'd at least send them to a group. You'd at least share something with them that here's a link to a thread in the Phoenix graphics group for graphics on that. You would
Yeah.
do your best. And that is what drives me so bonkers is we're so in our head. And this is what's stopping us from recruiting. Because we're like, what if I don't help them enough? What if I can't make them successful? Guess what? You can't. There's nothing you can do to create an amazing team, to create people that know how to sell Color Street, to build something other than ask people to join. And that's what you're not doing because you're so stuck in what if, or I have this person that didn't do anything, and I have this person that dropped off, and I have this person that sold $300 a month for 6 months, and then she did nothing. I didn't help her enough. That's not true. Just start asking people, have you ever thought about doing this? And then if they say, oh, I just don't really have the time. If you don't know what to say, ask our group or ask me. This is what we need to work through, you guys. I'm so glad you brought this up, Amy, because this is what's happening in our minds, whether we think it is or not. There are stories in
So
there
glad
that are
I'm
stopping
so
us.
glad they're having that workshop at conference about like how to onboard and like what's like after you get someone signed up, then what? You know, like because that's
But
where
we
I
have
feel
it.
like
But we have it.
Huh?
We have our seedlings and sprouts
know.
group. They can go step by step through it. We have an app. They go step by step through it. They get welcome emails. They go step by step through it. I did not have that. I have 500
Yeah.
people on my team. I've enrolled probably almost 100 people, and I didn't have a training video. I didn't have an app. I had a Color Street booklet that said, here's how to use the feel, felt, found method. I did. So I'm not saying I'm like a superstar. Don't think that either. Because we didn't have any of these videos. And what we've done is we've watered this down and babied people so much that they can't
Yeah.
take one step for themselves. It's a
people have to
stinking
be
11
self-motivated.
it's a $12 to $15 nail set. If you can't put on a sample and sell this to somebody, I don't know what's wrong. Don't sell anything else because you can't do this then. So this is the realist in me coming out. It's probably kind of ugly. I know we've gone over our time, but I want you to listen to yourself talking to yourself. And then let's take the homework of saying, I'm going to work on 10 people. I want to work through 10 people who I start conversations with. That's my own goal. It's not yours. It's not your homework. If you want to do 20, great. If you want to do 1, great. Like pick something. And then we really need to talk through Glitter Girls Bingo. And if we want to keep doing it, because the last time we did it, we didn't have anybody that got invited, which is fine. But we need to work through that as I think as our group. What do we like about it? What's been successful? Would you be part of it? Do you want to invite people? Do people like it? That's what we need to work through.
I would
So
love
think
to have one this month for the kid special.
I'd love to, but I don't just want to give away prizes to those people that are already in there. And I don't want,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to do that if you guys want to do it. Because if there are no stylists that jump on and there's 5 people that jump, I'm not saying a story here. I'm saying what's real. That we need some fresh blood. We need to talk to people. We need to get people in that group. You know, we need to be constantly inviting. to that group. And it's not just for people that are interested in the business, it's for anyone. So we can constantly be putting people in that
Yeah.
group. And I've gone stagnant there too, because I'm like, does anybody even want to do this? You know? Anyway, thank you for putting up with me tonight. Obviously I'm a hot mess. Andrea.
I like your tough love, actually. It's very motivating. However, I do have a question. I have oh man, getting old sucks. I just lost it.
Oh, that's okay. We're all old.
I don't remember what I was even gonna ask. If it comes to me, I'll let you know.
Yeah, you can message us or message me.
Okay, I will.
Anybody else have anything? If I did not send you the green light story, because that was I will put it in our group actually now. I had written out the green light story and we had talked through it in the YouTube video, the video that I created for you guys, and then I will send it in our group right now. That was the homework in the video, was to message me privately for the green light story. So if you don't have it, that's okay. I will send it in the group and you will have it. And I would really recommend that you print it out and tell yourself the story. I'm going to end this call by reading it. I am a recruiting rock star. Things will change for me this month and I will have at least 2 people join my team. I am a likable person. People do want to hear from me and they value what I have to share. Summer is busy, but that makes it the best time to join. I know that busy people make the best Color Street stylists because that means they have a wide circle of influence. I believe so deeply and passionately about our business opportunity that I will do what I can to help people overcome their fears about joining. I will make it a point to share with everyone I interact with about our stylist kit sale this month. I will do whatever I can to turn the conversation to joining us and how fun it is. I am so excited to be with Color Street because I don't need to worry about being spammy or salesy when I am sharing something I love and believe in. I am encouraged and confident thinking about how my team will grow this month. When I feel overwhelmed, I will remember that I am not alone and that others feel this way too. I am a success. That was really fun to write because it's really fun to talk to yourself in such an uplifting and encouraging way. So I hope that you choose to do that. I hope you choose to read this every day or when you sit at your computer or whatever. I hope that this is something that you focus on because you're better than the stories you tell yourself. You really are. All right, everybody. We are actually going to have another call this month. We're going to do our call on Monday, August. Oh my gosh. No, I'm ahead of myself. We are not having another call this month. I don't think. Let me just pull out my calendar. That would probably be best. So this month we're having another call? No. We are having a call on August 1st. There are 3 Mondays, like there's 5 Mondays in August, so there would be 3 calls in August. And I just made the executive decision to just do it. And if you can't show up, you can't show up. You can catch the recording. So thank you everyone for making a priority, this a priority, and I'll see you guys in the group.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.